So Burry came to us, he wanted to talk to us about his position, he wanted to find out if what he had come to naturally was correct, he wanted to see if there was anything that could be done for him to make any kind of improvement on the ride at all.
When you get to the level that we get to in our sport, and it's always the little things that you try and improve on, and I think BG Fit is an awesome way to do that, just to make sure that I'm stable on the bike, that I'm producing the best possible outputs I can.
So during the interview, one thing I learned that was unique to his fit was that Burry had broken both of the first metatarsal joints, and that's really going to affect how the shoes were going to work for him. During the assessment, however, I found that for the most part he was really a biomechanical 10. He had great flexibility, no leg length discrepancy, nothing was really wrong with the guy, nothing would stand out that would say this is going to make this fit challenging for me at all.
Yeah, I've had a pretty good run, so there's a few minor things. I've had some foot trouble before with some cracked bones in my feet, and yeah, basically nothing serious that really affected the actual setup of the bike. So we went straight into just analysing how I was sitting on the bike. With the video technology they've got, filming, he could actually Donny could show me exactly what I was doing. And
when he got on the bike, that's when things started to look a little different. He wasn't sitting on the saddle square at all. In fact, his entire right side was hanging off the side of the saddle, and that caused his entire body to just be twisting on the bike. His right knee was driving towards the top tube. His ankling was different on both sides. He essentially gave himself a leg length discrepancy when he didn't have one.
Just by changing saddles, he could actually show me on film how my body was correcting itself and how I was aligning straighter, and I could immediately feel the difference in the pedal stroke. We
talked about how the pelvis works to the saddle, how the saddle can give him the right support, and we went through a number of different saddles.
I was running a Phenom 130 width saddle before for cross country. The 130 width because it was lighter, and typically for us, if there's no other reason not to ride it, then we ride the lightest equipment possible. But having gone through this process, it obviously showed that I needed more support, and we tried the 143mm saddle first, and that was kind of better, but after that we tried the Roman 155 saddle, and I could immediately feel the right hand side of my body just coming into alignment.
Once he got on there, he felt much more square on the saddle, he felt power distribution, he felt more comfort, and his position really changed. It really untwisted him from that initial setup he had found himself in.
Since I started riding Specialized, it's kind of been a toss-up for me between a medium bike or a large bike, and coming in here has kind of proven that theory to me. With the results, we can see that the medium bike is the best for me in terms of power output and leg structure. But having said that, the large bike is better for my reach and my upper body.
It's an interesting balance with his riding, because the position he had set up for him was a little cramped. So we had to lengthen the stem out, but we had to kind of keep it within a range that wasn't going to throw so much weight over the front end of the bike that we would hurt his handling at all when he was riding off-road.
So now we've gone with a medium frame and a slightly longer stem to give me that reach that I need. It's easy feeling something and thinking something and believing that that's the way to do it, but when you come here and you can actually see the results visible, it just proves it to you, and there's no doubt.